Hello.
Hi, Stephanie.
Grace.
How are you?
How was your weekend?
Fine. I went to Tainan.
You went to Tainan.
Yes.
Why? For visiting your family?
Yes, I have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit heavy. Or you mean you love to because, you know, family bonding is important.
Yeah, I love to.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way. Right. Okay, so let's open a Google Translate. Good. Right. I saw that you went to the first hour too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was that about?
Something like about food.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, right. So that's about food. What kind of food is that? Is that chips?
Chips, which is not my favorite.
Huh?
Chips is not my favorite.
Huh?
Chips is not my favorite.
Sorry, you know, I just moved my computer from one room to another, so I guess my speaker isn't so working so well. Let me tune up your volume there. Be good now. Okay. It's not your speaking, but my speaker, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So chips are not your favorite. Why not?
I just not interested in chips. But I just learned that in Australia, they also call fries is chips.
Yeah, like you call French fries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite understandable because French fries, that's a very famous thing. But in the UK, we don't call that French fries. We call that chips, simply chips.
But
And if it's bigger ones, you know, bigger cuts, we call them wedges. Oops. There.
with
Oops.
chips?
Yes, wages, fried wages.
Fried wedges.
Yeah, fried. Well, we don't usually say fried, we just say wages.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yes. So
Okay.
if we were to look for that, you'll see the difference in between chips and wedges. So fried wedges, they're chunkier, bigger, thicker.
Okay. 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 Wedges.
Like a little bit like how do you call that? 21st century. We have 21世纪 fried chicken thing like that. Yeah, their chips are bigger, so like wedges, just something similar to that. See, they're much bigger.
I know. In Taipei, they also do this fried wedges with sweet potato.
Oh yes, fried sweet potato wedges.
Yes, fried.
And we have that here. You know, you can buy that from frozen food section. French fries. So then French fries are kind of like, you know, McDonald's fries.
Yep.
Very thin, sticky.
I know. We
sticky.
discussed this fries original come from Belgium, but it called French fries after.
Oh, right. So originally from Belgium, really?
In 1600s, in the year 1600, starting from Belgium.
Ah, so you learned that from the first hour.
No, I told the great that is from Belgium, and he doesn't believe me. So he Googled it, and then, oh yes, it's from Belgium.
So did you do your study, your research?
The research, you know, because my cousin lives in Belgium, and they always told me that.
Oh, really?
Right? It's not French.
You know, for me, food is food, so I don't study the history behind it.
I didn't either because that's what they told me.
But you remember it. Wow, you got really good brain capacity. Your memory is really good.
Because that is interesting. Everybody's saying French fries, but nobody's saying Belgian fries.
Yeah, from Belgium. That's really interesting. I've never thought about it.
They are very proud of it.
Are they? But what, yeah, tell me why. Why is it called French fries? Why French?
It's on Google, it say from 1789. There is one French guy invent this, but actually this is not they invented.
Hmm. And when did you learn this? From your cousins?
Yeah, like at my age is 20 something when I went to the first time, because they cook fries in their meal, and they show me how to do
Hmm.
it because they say this is their daily meal. I say,
Yeah,
oh,
because that
from
tends to be the main dish,
uh-huh. And I say,
or
oh, it's not from
say
French.
main
And they say,
course.
it's from French.
Main
Okay.
course. Yeah, that's usually part of the main dish or main course, or like in France, they call that entree.
Oh, entree, yes. Like,
Yeah, I can type
tian
French, but you know, very
and
good. No. Entree. Entree is main course.
main course.
Yeah, is main course,
Oh.
entree. And 前菜, they have another one that's canapé. Canapé.
Canapé.
Canapé,
Okay.
because I can type French here. Yeah. French canapé.
Yeah.
It's translated into that. So
Oh, okay. It's not entry, it's entree.
yeah.
Okay.
Or like or you know what, maybe maybe we can search this on Google, then I don't have to type. There are so many, you know, food related terminologies are from France.
So
Let's
there's
see
emergency.
how many choices they have there. No, there. The appetizer, yes, appetizer is English, and canapé is the name for that in French.
Okay.
Yeah, appetizer. Or appetizer. Oh no, not big A, small a would do. Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, when you want to eat something, you have the desire, you really like to, then you have appetite. But
Mhm.
what you eat before the main course, before the main meal, entree, call that. Well, actually, you know, it's supposed to be pronounced appetizer.
Appetizer.
Yeah, that's the training I received when I was in the airline industry. Yeah,
Oh,
appetizers. But when we serve in the first class, we have to use different terms and in different languages. Yeah, this is what I can remember the most. Yeah, good. Oh, we were chatting about food again, making me hungry. Yeah, and I found that you tend to take a break in between lessons, right?
I have something else to do. I need to do my grocery. I need to buy something. I need.
Do you do that online?
Sorry?
Do you do that online? Your shopping?
No. I went to the store. I don't do online shop.
You went to the store, and you mean you always go to supermarkets for
Yeah,
your fresh food shopping?
kind of.
Well, a lot of us, we in the UK, we have to rely on online shopping now, you know, because of the lockdown. So not easy. Like people who don't have a car, then you definitely have to order online. And a lot of us, like people in London, they do that. A lot of them, they do that on Amazon.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, and
So,
I love Amazon.
so people who being locked down, but they order the things, and the delivery service is quite busy.
Very good, very good. Usually I'm pretty satisfied with our delivery service. Like, because I use Amazon a lot. I was about to order rice today. I can show you.
Okay.
I do a lot of online shopping there. You see, I have a lot of sites I do. Like, I have a list for them. And I have Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is one of the biggest supermarkets in the
Oh,
UK. And like Morris, what's that? More and M&S and Morrison's and Mark and Spencer's is M&S. And that's your client, right?
yes, before.
Yeah. And Amazon, eBay, and that's a global shopping one. Loads of them. Yeah, and Chinese market, Chinese online market. Yeah, and I want to show you this Amazon one.
So they can deliver anything, right?
Everything.
Okay,
I think the only thing they can deliver is a house.
I see. It's reasonable.
Yes. You know, they have a really good service called subscription there. You're subscribed and saved items. I have a lot of subscriptions. Like you are a subscriber, actually. You are a subscriber of Cambridge and Enjoy ABC. So you have this monthly membership or subscription reoccurring automatically. Yeah, and the same with Amazon. So that saves me so much time. Like here, see, I have all these subscribed. Oh, not this one. This is a recommendation there. So the next one is arriving on 1st of May. And I have a lot of items to receive. I think, let's learn more. No, that's the first one. Okay, maybe show you this one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things to receive. Automatically, they will be delivered. I don't have to order again because they arrive once every 3 months or 2 months or 6 months or a year. It depends on how often you want them. And it's
Oh,
great.
so they will put everything into one box to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it saves you the delivery fee and
Mhm.
it gives you really brilliant discount. That's 15% off.
Oh, I see. Mm.
And if I order, you know, individually, when I run out of it, and first of all, it's a hassle, it's a trouble,
Mhm.
it's extra work. And if you forget, then you will have to risk your life to go to, you know, the supermarket. And I don't feel that's because it's too dangerous right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I prefer to do this. And once I receive it, I do the spray.
Mhm.
You
Okay.
know, everybody do that, right? So you do a spray. I mean, when you buy things from outside, but because it comes from a store and
Mm.
somebody has to handle it. I don't know who that would be. So I do a spray, give it a wipe, leave it for an hour, then I open it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
that's a good thing. And like I'm gonna receive 4 things. That would be, you see, that arrives, that my mouthwash arrives quarterly, once every 3 months.
Oh.
And this is what is, oh, this is my favorite toothpaste.
Mhm.
Sensodyne, Sensodyne, 舒酸定.
Okay. I
Good,
have that too.
because my teeth are no good. So I've got to use really good toothpaste. So that arrives once every 3 months too. And that is a big pack. Sushi rice,
Oh.
premium sushi rice. And I love sushi. So I'm saving 5% from this.
Mhm.
Oh, only 5%. I thought I'm saving 15%. Oh, good. You know what? I'm gonna add another thing in here because every time when a delivery box has 5 items, it saves me 15% for every single item.
Oh, I see.
The next delivery, I'm not getting that, only 5% off because I only have 4 items chosen for that next delivery. So it's good. I found it. See, I have 15% off,
Oh, okay.
15% off.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. I have 10 things to receive and they're in bulk.
Uh-huh.
In bulk means a big patch.
Uh-huh.
And that is a delivery of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 3, 9. Oh, 9 times 4, 45 rolls of tissue, toilet tissue. So we call that tissue roll. So that's 15% off for that. Good.
Good.
So that is similar to like 1 pack free. Not bad.
Because you have like enough items to get more saving.
When you order in bulk, yeah, so it's a bulk order, then they give you, the, how do you call that, the wholesale price, nearly, kind of, it's wholesale.
Oh, okay, I
They
understand.
don't give you market price.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't like market price. I like wholesale price.
Oh,
I'm a professional housewife.
yeah, exactly. We don't have much things you can order from Amazon in Taiwan because it's too
But
far.
do you have Amazon now in Taiwan?
They can order online for the special thing, for the book, for the things you want to buy from Amazon, but I believe they need to order to United States and someone can send for you because the
Oh,
overseas delivery is very expensive.
it is. It's very pricey.
Yes.
And but the good thing is they also provide overseas delivery for people here to buy things for my family in Taiwan. So this is what I do when I find really good stuff compared to Taiwan price and they like it too, then I order from here. But not everything available because a lot of sellers they don't do this kind of international shipping.
Mhm.
Yeah, not economical or profitable to them, I think.
Oh, I see.
But what about your shopping online? Do you sometimes do international orders?
Not very often because I don't really buy things from overseas.
What about
Actually,
Alibaba?
Alibaba, Taobao.
I don't like Taobao, I'm sorry.
But
I
in
lost
Taiwan,
things.
oh, well, in Taiwan, Taobao is more popular because you can find things cheaper on Taobao.
I know. I even bought a phone, a proper Sony phone for my brother. And thank God, that's the very first order I did on Taobao. I didn't lose it. My brother received it as a birthday gift. That was great. But 2 years later, I ordered a Christmas gift.
Mhm.
Two boxes jumbo Lego,
Mhm.
not Lego, but they call that second brand Lego, the compatible Lego.
Okay.
And I bought that for my brother's sons. I lost them. And it took nearly, well, I think longer than a year. Just recently, I received a notification from Taobao, Taiwan Taobao. And nobody received it. I asked for refund. No, because they said it's being sent to Taiwan. And it was a bulk delivery. So it was somewhere in Taiwan and they said somewhere in Taiwan. So it has arrived and somebody has signed for us. Never ever, it didn't arrive to my brother's house.
Oh,
So they
really?
didn't provide refund. I'm really disappointed. But for me, that's okay. That's it. No more Taobao shopping.
Oh,
So I
I
stopped. But a year and a half later, they gave me an email said, congratulations, we found your orders. And then they asked me to pay another, well, say after calculation would be about another 60 pounds. I said, I bought something 40 pounds, but it's lost for 500 days. And now you want me to pay another 60 pounds to bail my stuff out? Why? They say, because it's been delivered and somebody signed for it, even it's lost, you're not qualified for refund. I say, I know that, and I'm swallowing the bitterness, but why are you asking me to pay?
Mhm.
I haven't got my stuff and you want me to pay? They said, if you want your stuff delivered, you've got to pay because it's being stored in one of our storage for 1.5 years and it's taking our space. So you've got to pay for that. I said, that's ridiculous.
That's really ridiculous. I had never heard this before.
Yeah, so I have never ever had such an awful shopping experience. But for me, that's enough. That's that's Chinese shopping experience, and no more from me. Alibaba is also Chinese, but at least this is a shipping from the States, not
Oh,
from Shenzhen or
okay.
Sichuan, So for me, it's still safer.
Oh, well, yeah, it happens though. I heard that from my friend, they also got lost on the package sometimes.
And how often do you do your shopping on Taobao?
Well, I only did it like 2 times because I always rely on my friends saying, hey, you buy for me, and they will do it for me. The
Very
small
nice of them.
not the yeah not a glossary or something important, just the small things like the coverage of the phone, this kind of stuff.
Oh, like phone case.
Yeah, phone case.
Yeah, the thing is, every time when you buy something new, you've got to buy, a new phone, you've got to replace, you got to find a new case. So I have loads of Sony cases here.
Yeah,
Right, so it
don't
feels like I'm collecting it.
I only like renew it after it broken, so not very often. But my friend, they always like to shopping, so well, it's
So they
easy
are
for
like
them.
your purchasing agent.
Yeah, they like to shopping anytime, so I can ask them, hey, buy this for me, buy that for me, and blah, blah, blah.
So when they buy things for you, but the delivery, the shipping address would be your address or theirs,
Theirs, because I can
and then they
I
give
can
it to
pay
you.
them. No, I pay them and get my things back. That's easy.
Oh, I see. Right. So it is like an agency then. So they buy it for you, but not earning any profit from you, but just being a friend, but not losing money by shipping it to you because you pay for that.
Well, yeah, because it's easier if they can get more things. You can, like the delivery fee will be cheaper.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But it was shocking when you told me you've got Amazon there. I was like, really? Well, why did my family tell me there's?
No Amazon here. That's why I told you. If you want to buy something from
Yeah, I know. So I
here,
was shocked.
you have to have someone living in US and they can send to US, and then someday they will send you back.
And like, even here, because now it's more like how do you call that? There's another can't remember the term, but there is a way, a lot of sellers, they don't have to buy a lot of materials or products. They don't have to stock up. They actually you place the order, and actually they do the order again to the original supplier, and the supplier, yes, something just like that, like a purchasing agent, and
Yes,
that's drop shipping.
drop.
They do drop shipping for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is, and they don't have to afford the transition fee or the cost, or like sometimes even the what do you call that, the custom
Custom fee?
yeah, custom fee, like here in the UK is very high.
I know.
Yeah.
Since from, I don't know, from last year, they will charge you custom fee, even you ship the things from China to Taiwan.
Oh, yeah. Like I remember my brother,
And
no, my sister-in-law sent me a big box of food, like drying instant noodles and things like that. And of course I have homesick. And when I receive a notification that I have a parcel, I was really happy, but I was asked to pay because it was exempt. It was a random pick.
they went through the random exam and they will charge you the custom fee.
Yeah, and I had to pay 25 pounds, about $1,000. And that would be higher than the cost of the food in the box.
Exactly, because instant noodle is cheap.
Yeah, and also we have very strict custom regulation right now. So even instant noodles are not allowed because it's got meat paste in it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
the
yeah. I
seasoning pack.
understand.
Yeah, so I remember 2 years ago, my brother, he definitely knew it because he works in the airport. He's a ground staff. He's
Mhm.
working for Cathay Pacific, so he knew it's not
He hide the
allowed.
things in the luggage, right?
I don't want to say that, but it's not him actually, it's my sister-in-law. She's really loving. Yeah, they put things into the luggage and risked. And when they arrived, when I saw that, I was nearly crying. I was like, you know what? You just risked your travel. It could probably end up to be the very last one, because if you get a record, if you get busted, you're not
Uh-huh.
allowed to come in again. I said, please don't do that. I'd rather pay for that. Of course I appreciate their love, but I really worry for the risk they're taking. It's not money, it's immigration thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
But many
yeah.
of my friends, they willing to take a risk. They did it all the time.
Yeah, the problem is if they really get busted and they will not be allowed to come in, or they will
Oh,
always be examined every time when they are coming into this country. And that's going to take a long, long time. And the
mhm.
worst would be a no. I won't say forever, but for a few years, it would be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm so happy they didn't get they get busted.
Well, that's the things without smell. I think, well, it depends. Like if the things with smell, then will be very risky.
Would you, I mean, if it was you, would you be willing to take that risk?
Depends on what kind of things and which people is asking me.
I see. Yeah. All right, good. So we still have about 20 minutes. Let's do our video. We still can do something to do with this chat. And we've been socializing and it's good. But we still have to learn something about it. Oh, just one question before we start the video. Do you find it difficult? I mean, when you have to socialize with your clients or your suppliers, out of work, do you find it difficult?
Not really difficult because
That's good.
I'm getting used to talk to them, so it's not that difficult. But sometimes I will lack in the vocabulary.
Oh, right. So you sometimes feel lack of vocabularies. So to do with daily life.
Yeah.
So maybe, hopefully we can learn some tips here, because we are all good at, talking about business, like what's coming in, what's going out, how much is it going to cost, when are we going to have the meeting, and blah, blah, blah. But when it's after work, have you ever had to, like pick up someone from the airport? I mean,
Yep, I did it a few times, not very often.
for business.
Yes.
Yeah, so is it because they came to Taiwan to visit your company?
Yep.
So
Usually we will arrange the company car to pick them up from the airport. But normally, because they also familiar with Taiwan, so they don't really need the help. They can come to office or come to hotel by themselves. And we just be impolite, we will go to their hotel to pick them up to the office.
so it's a business courtesy,
Yes.
right? So just trying to be polite in a professional way. So that's a business courtesy that you're trying to demonstrate. So that's good. So yes, that's part of being a sales, being a salesperson, not being a sales.
Well, because they are buyer always the buyer.
Yeah, we know that. Well, what about, when you go to the airport, when you drive, does your company provide you a card or you have to use yours?
No, I don't have car in Taipei, so we will ask for a car pickup or we will take the taxi.
Call, Uber?
Yeah, you can call Uber if, or we will, because previously the company has the special,
Allowance?
yeah, allowance, and the service department, they will order the car for you. You
Oh,
just
you mean
need to-
they rent a card for you?
Yeah, they will rent car or they will give you, we have the driver in the company. They can arrange the car, but you need to booking in advance before.
Oh, so you have a position in your company who's in charge of transportation.
Yes, they call CS department.
So your company is quite wealthy.
Or now it's no, they canceled it.
So
They
for
or
saving cost.
they lay off the CS department. They lay off the IT department.
Oh, such a difference.
Of course, the economical is not good. So is after COVID, a lot of things change.
Oh, so this change was made during the COVID, we say the severe period? Was
Yes.
it like mid-year last year?
Yeah, starting from mid-year last year, they starting cutting off. They lay off the people. They dismiss the department, like IT department. They just cutting the people from there.
So downsized, right?
Yes, downsizing.
Yeah, that's the word we really don't like. We just have to face to it.
I just read the news yesterday in United
Yeah.
States. They about 30% company is closed during the COVID. So
You mean SME, small and medium enterprise?
yeah, and so lots of people, they cannot go back to work because there's no such job available. So their
Yeah.
unemployment is increasing a lot since COVID. And
Yeah.
they are moving from the big city to some place with a cheaper living cost.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a lot of people are, it's happening here too. A lot of people are moving out of the, city center because the rent there is just too high. So they
Yes.
move, but they still have to work and commute. So they rather choose to move to the outer skirt.
Yeah.
Outskirt.
The most
Outskirt of the city.
They say 3 most expensive places in United States now is New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So they moving
those
out
famous cities. So you're watching, you're not watching, you're reading international news quite often?
Sometimes, not always.
For me, I'm more like a visual person. So I like to read and receive, sound that's more stimulating. But reading still has to be, a proper reading from a book is still a better idea. But news is something different. I don't like to read newspapers.
I don't like it too because too many words.
You don't like it either. Yeah.
Either.
So why not?
Well, the grammar.
You mean grammar?
Grammar. Yeah, the grammar is hard. It's difficult. English grammar.
So the English grammar is a bit too difficult? Or you mean the sentence structure could be too complicated?
Yes, the sentence construction is difficult. It's complicated. Grammar.
So the grammatical structure sometimes can be confusing.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think we can learn from probably the title, headlines. That's an easy way. I don't have the patience to read through the whole thing, but sometimes reading the headlines is quite a fast way to receive news from me.
Yes.
So I don't usually read the content.
So I say not very often. Mhm.
So you don't often do that. Yeah, you can just say often, they mean the same. Often, because in Europe they use often. But
Often.
in America they say often. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
often.
often do this, often do that. Like the differences in between English and American English, like mountain and mountain.
Well,
Mountain is more for America. It's
oh,
like Manhattan. They don't
oh,
say Manhattan. They don't like TAN. The T is nearly gone. So Manhattan,
oh,
mountain. But here is mountain.
oh, really?
Yeah. Well, not all the states, but I mean, in like, for example, like in United States, a lot of people are saying mountain instead of mountain. Yeah.
Oh,
But they mean the same word anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So, we were about to learn something from this. Are you interested to watch this?
okay, sure.
Yeah, it's a short one, so we can have a quick discussion about this.
Okay,
Right. But it's very long, so let's do half of it.
okay,
All right, because you're very spontaneous. Your interaction is very good, so we don't really need to depend on that to do boring teaching and learning. So this is something additional.
okay.
All right, let's go.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Derek Callan. I'm Derek and I'm here with another short lesson for you busy people out there. In this lesson, we'll practice making small talk about jobs and companies. Are you ready? Here we go. So imagine you meet somebody new and you want to find out more about their job or their company. Let's have a look at some typical questions you can ask. So the most common question to ask if you want to find out what someone's profession is to ask, what do you do? If you want to find out more details about the job, you can ask, what exactly does your job involve?
What exactly does your job
If you
involve?
want to find out where they work, the location, you can ask, where are you based? The next question is, what are your main responsibilities? You could also ask, who do you report to? So if you want to know who their
Sorry, I'll move this away because the words are all on the left.
boss is, you want to know a little bit about the structure of their organization. Another common question to ask would be, how long have you been with the company? Another question you can ask is, are you working on any interesting projects at the moment? Or, do you have to travel much? Okay, so those are some typical questions which may help when you're making small talk, asking about the job. Now let's have a look at some questions to ask about the company.
Okay, just a second. I think we can go back to the first part and we can have a quick discussion there. Yeah, so these are typical questions you can ask when you want to get to know your clients or your suppliers, probably in the first meeting, right?
Yes.
And do you find them boring?
Boring? No, not boring because, well, I used to asking, yeah, I asked them pretty much about those things though. But
You
I'm
also ask the similar questions, right?
yes. How long?
And so
Yeah.
actually that's from this one. So if we enlarge this and make it clearer, because I'm also curious, I know your interaction, your conversation, you have a lot of ideas you like to share. You're very, very conversational. But I like to also know you, because you just mentioned about the difficulty you have. You sometimes feel you lack of vocabularies, right?
Yep.
So maybe I can suggest you to try to grow your word bank, especially the synonym. Once you
Okay.
have that can triple your word bank.
Yeah.
Do you know the
I
meaning
mean,
of synonym?
yeah, 同义字.
Yes. Yeah, so that is the best way, and that can save a lot of time. But
Mhm.
initially, when you start to do that practice, you will need some extra tools. So like, have you downloaded this? Have you installed this, Google Translate?
I have Google Translate on the computer. Yes.
Right, that's good. That's very useful because we do promote, this idea using it. Use when you have it installed, and after the video, we don't want you to spend a lot of time on doing your preview and review. That's gonna waste a lot of time because your English level is quite good. So when you go to this page, I would suggest pick those words that you think it would be useful for
Mhm.
your not only for socializing, for your business, for
Mhm.
English speaking. Like for
Mhm.
example, let's look for a good word here. Yeah, like we find these are all very colloquial words. King James or right conference. Yeah, these are all very simple questions. Or okay, just randomly pick one like this one, conversation.
Mhm.
So when you have that installed, so when you double click a word, something like this would pop up, right? So you
Yeah.
get to see the Chinese straight away. And because your English is really good, but you want to learn more words, so if you scroll down, you'll see those synonyms like
Oh,
talk,
okay.
discussion, argument,
Mhm.
debate, conversation, dialogue. They're not 100% the same.
I know, because
Yeah,
you
they're
won't use
similar.
you won't say dialogue or
You
debate.
won't. Yeah, you won't. So they're only for a reference.
Okay.
It depends on the scenario. So for
Mhm.
example, like if you're
Discussion.
going to a negotiation meeting and
Mhm.
you're facing someone you're confronting, and you're gonna have a talk with that person, that can be a talk, that can be a conversation, that can be a dialogue, that can be a debate, that can be an argument, right?
Mhm.
So they are not exactly the same, 100%, but it depends on the scenario. And if it's seeing a friend, you don't expect to have a debate or argument with them, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, just for example, like in this case, so you find those synonyms from here, like this one, it fits this. And if you go up there, like this is more normal, a talk, a chat, a discourse, and interlocution, maybe not that one. Yeah, but there are similar words, just for example. All right. And also to practice, and I know your speaking is very smooth, but if you like to practice to correct your pronunciation sometimes, you can do this. You can record your own reading and play back. Listen to your
Oh.
own speaking. Then sometimes probably when you're reading some words or saying some words, the pronunciation is not quite much as you think you're doing. Only if you can listen back to what you have said. Yeah, like laid off and laid off. They're the
Mhm.
same phrase, but different tenses. But you
Mhm.
can probably miss that D, laid
Mhm.
off and laid off, right?
Mhm.
But in a conversation, you don't say laid off, but laid off. The D and off would be together. So
Mhm.
that's pronunciation. So that's the suggestion I would like to give you to
Okay.
help your speaking even better. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank.
So, and because these are, techniques on how to do your conversation, and
Mhm.
I like to know what you have digested from this. What have you learned from things like that? Any new ideas for you here?
Any new idea?
Or let's put it this way, is there anything that you have never used before here?
We are not open to talking about. Are you working on any interesting project at the moment?
So you're not allowed to do that?
Not to say not allowed, is not often.
So you
because we
don't often talk about that. Is it confidential?
interesting project. Well, I have to put in this way because we are working in same area, so we kind of understand each other's position and the job we are doing. So we hardly talking about any interesting project at the moment.
Or any
Or-
interesting cases? You know, like, or
I-
maybe a new company
I
you're
asked, well,
developing.
okay, I was being asking during the interview. During the interview, they will ask me what kind of project you are doing or you are like responsible for. But
Oh, yes, because when you're in the job seeking process, they have to know you. They don't know much about you apart from your resume, your autobiography, and your interview talk. I see. And do you feel like if you ask this question, like this one you just mentioned, to your current or existing clients or those colleagues, do you feel like you're inquisitioning them?
in sorry, what is the inquisition?
Like you're questioning them, or inquisition. This is that a new
Inquisition.
one?
Inquisition. Inquisition. Oh,
Yeah. So this inquisition is something negative. It's like, you know, to doubt.
oh,
Yeah,
no,
inquisition.
not really. Just to describe what kind of interesting project. This will be a little bit difficult to me.
Yeah. And does that make you feel worried? Would people feel like you're bossy or nosy?
No,
No.
I don't think so because I won't. No, I hardly asking their gossip or something else. We don't talking much on those things, so I don't
You don't do
think.
much small talk. Right?
Yes, I don't
Right.
do.
I guess it's because you have too much to deal with.
Exactly.
But
I always catch on the point because I don't like to talk too much on the small things. We got
you
number.
like to hit the point straight away.
Yeah, because I don't. If you talk too much on these small things, you always missing the point when the meeting is within the limited time.
Exactly, because for work is work. And especially when you have over 100 emails to answer a day, I don't think you have much time.
That is the point. Yes. So it become not a good things to me because I will make everything short. I don't like to speak too
So
long.
it became, right?
Yeah, it can. It became my.
See. Or yeah, or you have two options actually. You can use past tense. It became, because it happened. Or a lot of times people would say present participle.
Coming.
现在完成式. It has
Oh.
become.
It has become. Oh,
Yeah, but usually they say it's become.
become.
Yeah, it has become blah, blah, blah. Yeah, or it has become painful, for example. It has become painful. Yeah, so what's the difference? It became painful. It's still painful, but
Okay.
usually like if it was your previous job,
Mhm.
and you're talking about, you know, the old times, you
Mhm.
don't feel that anymore, then you likely say, you know, past tense, it became painful to blah, 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 because you no longer feel that.
Oh, okay.
But if it actually happened, we say, for example, 2 years ago, but it's still pretty much the feeling there, then you say, it has become a pain. It has become painful to me.
Okay.
So that's kind of the feeling. And there is another one. There is present participle. present participle progress tense 现在完成进行式 it has become 这个中间要加一个 be it has 这个又不能用 become 因为没有正在 become 这种讲法 you know so like it has been oh yeah this is the better one it has
Being.
对后面会加一个动名词 it
嗯
has been or maybe not we say oops you or I you no 不能用 has 第三人称 she so she has been right she has been singing for 2 years
Mhm.
so 2 years ago she started to sing she has been singing since then and still singing right now and most likely continuing from here so she has been singing for 2 years I've been teaching for 20 years so that means non-stop
Non-stop.
yeah, so they're kind of slightly different grammatically. So, but most popular one would be the middle one. The is become 那个分词过去分词用法 is become. Yeah. So she has sung for 2 years. 2 years ago, she started to sing and probably continued till this point or stopped for a while, but back again to sing. So either one's fine as long as still singing right now.
Oh, okay.
So then she has sung for 2 years, but it feels like she's not going to continue. But she's going to continue, then you use she has been singing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's how we say how 生动, how vivid you want it to be. Yeah, so it's up to you because you're the talker. You decide the tense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe this is something also you can try to practice a bit. I rarely hear any participle. 你很少用分词类的讲法, right? Yeah, but you can try to practice that. You know, for a week, you may get used to it. Have something, has something, and that would make your English level up very quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good. So just a suggestion. And so also, especially, you know, when it comes to colloquial English, 口语,
Quill.
Quill. What no, it's not that one. 我的拼字是最烂的, so give me a second. Oh, you know what? I want to use this tool. Just a second. Live transcript. Forgot to give that to you. You see, it's gonna give us that word in a second. Oops. Is it on? Hello? Hello? Is it on? Yeah. Colloquial English. There. L-O-Q-U-I-A-L. Yes. So that's the word. This is a little bit like, you know, a lot of we call foreigners, right? 岛外. When they come to Taiwan, when they live in Taiwan for a few years, they learn to very, very smoothly speak colloquial Chinese Mandarin. But when you want them to write, it's impossible.
Of course, impossible. Chinese is
So for me, it's my bad because, you know, that's my weakness. I'm really good at talking. I'm really good at other things. But so my weakness, yeah, my worst is spelling. It's always spelling. So I need Google Translate because I can't give you the wrong word. Yeah. So because it's very colloquial. Very colloquial. We want it to be colloquial. You don't want to use a lot of hard and tough and rarely used words, uncommon words in your talking. You like it to be easygoing. So then you will sense that, especially from the States. Participle tense, 完成式 everywhere, nearly every single sentence. Yeah. So if you start to pick that up, you level up very, very quickly. Even with the existing word bank, not growing it, but people will look at you in a different way.
Oh,
Especially at work.
Um,
Yeah, good. And your English is really good already. So that is just something you can probably try.
okay, this is very helpful. Thank you.
No
I
problem.
will try.
Yeah, you know what? If, for example, like 2 weeks later, you come back and if I can hear you say the same sentence, not it is very helpful, it's being very helpful, then I know you have changed.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Yes.
difference. It's been very helpful. It means, sometime from now, before this point, something happened and it's been helpful since then. Then you use that. It's
Oh,
been helpful. It has been helpful.
okay.
Yeah. So when you put has and it together, it's, then people know that you're used to it. And that's
Mm.
good. Yeah, right. Sorry. And I did a lot of talk, but I think it's especially in the beginning when I like to give you suggestions and your English is really good, so I don't have to slow down. And it's great because sometimes when we see lower level students, we do have to slow down tremendously.
I know, I know.
Yeah, it's not
I can
just boring.
understand.
Yeah, it's
From
not just boring for you. It's also a little boring to me too.
yeah, especially like last time we talked to Kevin.
Oh, Kevin, yes. Oh, Kevin, actually, his English is not the lowest. You haven't seen other lower level students because he's very spontaneous talker. You can see
Okay.
his grammar is very low level, very basic, but we encourage him to not mind his grammatical mistakes. Just
Mhm.
keep talking, keep talking.
Yes.
When you keep talking, when you make mistakes, but your wheels are still rolling, you
Mhm.
will find something will suddenly pick up, just like that. When nobody corrects anything, you will find it when you keep talking, and you have got through that point. So, and we're really happy to see someone who speaks really fluent English. Very good. Oh, by the way, we're gonna bring more free talk to our, oops, too big, to our timetable soon. Would you like to see that, free talk lessons similar to this, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we will place another 1 or 2 more from Monday to Thursday.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we want to encourage people to do free talk. But a lot of people, they can't. They don't know what to say.
Yeah, that is the problem because they in Taiwan you used to like receive the information and but not really like talking too much.
Yeah, I think
Especially
that's a little too passive.
yeah, during the passive, exactly. During the meeting, always they just listening, they don't speak.
Do you think it's because they want to play safe?
Kind of, yes.
Understand. That's a good translation. Plays 安全起见, yes.
Yes. Play safe is the main reason. Also because maybe they also don't know how to talk a lot. Talk about
Quite a problem. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, continue.
I see my colleague, the problem of my colleague is the problem they don't use to use English in the meeting. So
Yeah, so your colleagues. Yeah, Gus. There. If I take S away, it should show you the phonics step. Yeah, colleague. So the G is G sound.
okay.
So let's listen.
Colleague.
Do you find it?
Yeah,
Colleague.
colleagues.
Yeah, very light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colleague.
Yeah, not colleague. Colleague. And
Colleague.
a lot of people, they don't know this word. They
Okay.
only know co-worker. And you
Colleague.
use colleague, so it proves one thing. You see your level is higher than average, but pronunciation, change it to colleague.
Colleague.
Then it's 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so your colleagues. because a
By
lot
the-
of time you're talking about more than one.
By the way, the Google Translator, you need to download from the app or
Oh, that's not, you don't have to download it. Actually, you do, what's that? Are you using Google Chrome?
I can download it. I don't have Chrome. I use I
Oh,
use,
Mac.
I use
You use
Firewall. So you
Oh,
need to
Firefox?
Yeah,
Firefox?
Yes.
Right? I think they have it too, because it's Google, you know, Google should be everywhere. So what you need to do is just to open whatever page, you know, on the timetable, and you
Mhm.
click on that. And that will take you to a page. Then you just
Oh.
need to, I think it's not to download, it's to install.
Oh, okay. It's installed. Okay.
Yeah, and once you installed it, it should be somewhere like, oops, not that one. It's this, somewhere there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe you need to do a setting. You need to right click and go to the option or setting, because I'm not sure what you're going to see when you use Firefox. Should be similar thing, either setting or option,
Mhm.
and then click. Then you see this it's a page, it's not a pop-up window, and your primary language would be your target language.
Okay.
That should be Chinese Mandarin, and
Okay.
for Taiwanese people, we choose Chinese traditional.
Yeah, I understand that.
And there are 3 options down there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, because I use another thing, so I don't display it. I only, I mean, I don't translate it straight away, but I use a display icon. But for you, if this is the only installation you're going to use, I mean, extension you're going to use, better choose the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you choose the second one and save. So when you come back to what page you want to choose a word, double click. Oh, not on this page, that's Google. So whatever word, and that pops up, something like that, but it's a white box and
Okay.
useful. For
Okay.
you, your level, you're not supposed to use dictionary for too much. You only need it for a second, you know.
Okay.
Oh, socializing, what does that mean? Oh, okay, done. Then leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are now like, compared to a lot of them, Kevin is like a car. But you're like a space rocket. You're ready to go to the space. You're ready there. But what you need is really just to ignite it, and then poof, then you go. But for him, it will take a long time to get to your level.
I see. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so I look forward to that stage. It won't be too far away, I believe.
I hope so. I'm learning. Okay.
Yeah, you should be confident. Well, don't get how do you call that? Don't get put off. Or don't get beaten up. 打败. Don't get beaten up by your TOEIC.
Mhm.
That's nothing. TOEIC is only a number, but your practical English is much better than your score.
Okay.
I think your speaking, it should be 600 to 700.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because that was the first time you took the test. So of course you won't have enough time to finish that. No first time taker can do that. I mean, the 2 hours, especially for the 2-hour test. This one was a short one, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
And so if you do it next time, I'm pretty sure you can finish the whole test. But the point is not to finish it, but to help yourself know how well your English is growing. That's the point.
Okay.
So you should be confident. You're there. And most of them, they're there.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Thanks.
Good. So I'm so glad it's only one-on-one, only you here. So then I can tell you all these, because with other people, I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Good. So hope you had a good night and
Yeah.
have a good rest.
Thank you very much for today, because it's very helpful.
No problem. Yeah, you know, it's always my pleasure. Yeah, good. So next time, I hope there are 2 things I can see the changes. The first thing is this, colleague.
Colleagues.
Yes, because we often mention about this word.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the second thing would be a preferable change, but not a must. That is have
Finish the
been,
sentence.
has been, something like
Has
that.
been something like.
Yeah, something like that. If you can start to practice, it takes only a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll get used to it.
All right.
Okay, cool. Right. So have a good night rest, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye.
Ooh.